What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our channel, Gunpla University. And today we're taking a quick look at the perfect grade Wing Zero Custom. Let's get started. All right, so here we go, guys. Doing a quick unboxing of the perfect grade Wing Zero Custom. Picked this kit up a little while ago at Gundam Planet, I think during our last trip to New York. And I decided to do this or purchase this as my first perfect grade because all of my kits up until now have been wing suits, obviously, just from being a 90s kid and watching Gundam Wing. So it just felt right that my first perfect grade would be a Wing Zero. Now, as I understand, I haven't actually built a perfect grade yet. So as I understand, there's a lot more parts inside of a perfect grade. So we're just gonna do an unboxing of this thing, check it out, see what's on the inside, and see what we done got ourselves into. And oh my God, that is some big parts. So, man, this is a lot. So for starters here, it looks like we have two giant wing sections. And what is this? Okay, so this piece here, this actually scared me for a second because I was like, man, what the hell is this? Because it's like flattened. I don't know if you guys can, well, you should be able to see that, but it's like flattened. I don't know what this goes. Oh, you know what this actually goes to? This has got to be like a part for his waist. So it's like a rubber part for his waist, which that's odd. Now I plan to paint this kit here, and I don't know how I'm gonna deal with painting this. I guess I'm not. So, there's that. And that's inside of the two giant wing sections that we have here. Moving on to the next piece. So here we have what looks to be some parts for his face there. And it looks like it's outlined in black, but it does have like some clear pieces in there. And this section here seems to be finger segments. These are some pretty big fingers right there. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits and 5 digits there. So that must be for his hand. This here, I'm not really sure what this goes to. Just from looking at these parts right here, it's not really apparent what this is for. Actually, guys, let me go ahead and move this stuff out the way so you can get a better look here. Oh, don't mind the blue tape. This is runner L. And looking at this, man, there's definitely a lot more parts in here than like your average master grade. You can tell just by looking at this. And it looks like if there's this many parts for just like the inner frame, then I would imagine that there's going to be really good color separation as well. I mean there hopefully would be. And this is running down, this is runner L here. So here we have runners, what runner is this? Runner H. And yeah, so we have two runner H's, and these are obviously feet sections. And look how big that foot is in my palm right there. That's crazy. So yeah, definitely gonna have some big feet. That's a size 13 right there. He's a big boy. Moving on to the next runners, we got runner U and runner M. So runner U here, I imagine this is actually part of the wing section somewhere in there. It looks probably like a structural spine for the wings is what I'm guessing for that. Runner M here. Can't really tell what this is for. Actually, you know what? No, I can kind of see what some of this is. So these are definitely parts for the hands right here. Because I can see where there's little sections for the little digits to go in. So these parts right here are definitely for the hand. No idea what these pieces over here are for. But maybe this is probably like the waist or something. That looks like it could be for like a waist section. And I'm not doing this in alphabetical order. I'm just taking it out of the box as it comes. Obviously some of our accessory pieces here, and this is obviously our beam sabers, and these are gigantic. Look how big that is. That's crazy. And this is runner Z right here. And then here we have runner, let's see, runner, where's this runner? Oh, V. This is obviously some parts to connect the wings as well. You can see where there's some spines here in order to connect to the backpack, both sides there. So this is obviously for the wing sections. So next is runner F. And runner F definitely looks like it's some leg portions here. Actually, there's two runners for F. There's both of them. So this must be the right and left leg. You can see where we have like the shins here. We got the kneecaps. This probably is like upper thigh, I think, or maybe lower thigh. Calf muscles in there somewhere. On top of the foot, like the bridge. And these look like they would probably go around the ankles right there. So you got two of those. Here we have letter I, two letter I's. I can see there's definitely some Gatling guns here for the shoulder. These two sections probably connect together and then cap it off with the little machine gun piece there. So that's what that looks like that goes to. The rest of these pieces I'm not sure, just from looking at it. But next up is runner E, and E clearly has some wing portions in it. There also seem to be some very, very large beam sabers. So you get two of those. Well, this is a half and that's a half, and then two more halves over here. Looks like some more pieces for your feet. And these three sections here look like they're all for the shoulder portion of the Wing Zero. And one thing that's interesting is, even though this is a perfect grade, and I think, at least I definitely expected all the pieces to be fairly large, some of these pieces are pretty small. You see that piece right there, piece 15? Don't know what that goes to, but that's pretty small. That's like high grade size right there. Definitely some small pieces in here still, even though it's perfect grade. So next up is runner N, and we got two of these. And yeah, these, it's not really evident right away what these are for. If I had to guess, I would say that this is probably part of a leg section here. You have two halves and there's two of these. That would be my guess, looking at this right here. And the rest of these, I'm not really sure. There are some parts here that look like they may be like a roller, because this, you can tell this piece right here has like the ratcheting system on this side of the part. So this may be a part for a wing. And here we obviously have runner A. You can always tell runner A because it'll be the runner that is multicolored. So we have blue, red, yellow, and clear green here. Now this clear green is not like the normal clear green you're used to seeing on kits. This stuff is actually like kind of cloudy almost. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not like a very crisp, like clear green at all. It's pretty cloudy. Honestly, I don't know if I like that. But on here, we can see we definitely have all of our clear parts. We've got some shoulder pieces. We've got the V-fin. Definitely some parts for the torso in here. Waist parts. This is definitely some parts for the side of his head. Cockpit. Lots of good pieces here though. Oh, chin. He's got his own chin piece. Chin piece is separate. And here we have runner R. And again, runner R has some really small pieces in it, which is surprising. Much smaller than I would have anticipated. I really do kind of hate it when they kind of do this like chrome plating stuff, because when you try to cut this stuff out, there's always nubs and nasty places. It looks like most of these parts are going to be on the interior, so you wouldn't see them anyways, but usually that ends up being kind of annoying if you get, you know, a part where it's chrome plated per se, and you go to cut it and you have like a black nub there. You can use like the metallic Gundam markers to kind of touch that up, but for me, I don't really care because I'm gonna end up painting this whole kit anyways. So, but yeah, we have some chrome parts here. This looks like these are probably like pistons and some hydraulics and stuff like that for inside of the inner workings of the suit. I imagine this probably goes behind the clear green part on his chest. So we do get a set of polycaps, and I'm actually surprised to see these. I mean, these aren't that much bigger than polycaps that you would see in a master grade. So that's kind of surprising. I would have thought they would have been bigger. Nice little set of polycaps there. Then we have runner Q here. And runner Q seems to be some of the inner frame, but there is some really cool detailing that I'm seeing on here that I'm already loving. That looks really cool. So if we look really closely here, these two sections here are obviously two halves of his head. And if you look very closely, there's been very, very, very nice panel lining done to this. There's some definite lines in there, and they look really sharp. It even says Zero System in the side of his head there. I don't know if it's gonna pick that up. There we go. You should be able to see that now. And this is just really detailed for something that's gonna get covered up, honestly. So I may have to spend some extra time on those, making that look super sharp, even though you're not gonna see it, but you know, we're gonna do a perfect grade, we might as well do it the right way. And then here, I'm not sure what these sections are for, but also you can see here some really nice detailing. There's like some hydraulics there with some like tubing, some nice panel lines, just really, really nice detail. It's almost a shame to cover all that up. And here for runner D, we get into some other big portions of the wings here. So you get two of these for both sides, I assume, or I'm sure. And we got some pretty decent lining going on in here. There's a nice deep line here, some deep lines there. They definitely could have put some more detail into this, like instead of having this like large section of, you know, just flat plastic, but it doesn't look horrible. And once I paint it, I'm sure it'll look much better anyways. So here we have letter G. I believe this goes on his forearms here. Or no, actually that's these pieces here. These go on his forearms. So these are more shoulder pieces. All these are shoulder pieces, all of these are shoulder pieces. And I believe these here go on his wrist. And there's some decent panel lining in here as well. Nothing crazy. It's really just basic. It's not anything out of this world, to be honest with you. Next we have runner K. Runner K obviously has two giant sections of his beam rifle. We also have some skirt pieces here, and looks like some vents. I'm not sure what these pieces are for. Yeah, this looks like it probably goes in this kind of his crotch area, one of the vents down there. And then we have letter J, and letter J has the other half of the beam rifle, along with the end caps, the pistol grips, and the viewfinder here on top. And last but not least, for runners, we get this all white runner, and this one seems to have, we obviously have some pieces here for his head, his faceplate, some more pieces for the front skirt. This definitely looks like it's for the front as well. And I think these are waist plates right here. This one right here is definitely like a collar, and forearms here for sure. And these pieces, I think these pieces are gonna go on the shoulder. And the rest of these, I'm not exactly sure. So I guess we'll find out when we start building this guy. And since this is a perfect grade, it does come with this material box. But let's open this up, see what's inside here. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. So guys, in this material box, we have, wow, a lot of metal parts. And I assume this is gonna be for some of the more robust joints, maybe like the wing to backpack connection. But these are like some good metal right there. And then we get all these little individual feathers here that we're gonna have to attach. That'll be fun. These are actually like a soft rubber right there. So these aren't plastic. Well, it might still be a type of plastic, but very soft. We've got another section of metal parts. And then, what is it? Oh, man. So then we get a lot of small screws, guys. There's a bunch of screws in here, bunch of little nuts and bolts in here. And there's 1, 2, 3. This one actually has springs on it. Oh, does this have an LED too? I think this actually has an LED switch in it as well. We got 3, 4 different bags of screws and nuts and bolts, not including these other metal parts here in the wings. And last but not least, guys, we get not 1 but 2 manuals. Well, yeah, technically 2 manuals. One is the instruction manual and one is the construction manual. What does that mean? I have no idea. So let's just take a look inside of this one. This is the construction manual. And this one starts off a lot like a regular manual. You can see it's got all of our runners. It tells us how many runners are included and what parts are going to be used, not used. And yeah, more runners. Oh, here it's showing us some of those metal parts. It's also showing us the wings, some pins, springs, a switch. Yeah, so this looks like the actual book to actually assemble this guy. So there you can see him fully done up and completed, looking good. So let's see what's inside this instruction manual and how that's different. So this instruction manual, one big difference already is that this is color, whereas this one was black and white. So right here is just showing you some information. So it's talking about the Zero system, the cockpit, the cannons, the arm frame, and it also shows here a color guide. So this actually may come in useful for me since I'm going to be painting them. And then here, I don't read Japanese, guys, but I assume that this is just talking about the suit in general. There's a nice little breakout shot here of its head. And same thing here for, it looks like the torso area. There's actually a picture of Catra right here, which if you're up on your Gundam Wing lore, you know Catra is actually the one that built Zero. And then here we have a section of his arm, and funny enough, the arm is holding Troa for some reason. I don't know what that's about. So now we have a section of the wing, and there is actually Duo standing next to it for another odd reason. Nice picture of Wing Zero in his atmosphere re-entry mode. A couple of cool little poses. Finally, gotta have Wu Fei in there, I guess. So he's here next to the leg unit. And yeah, I have no idea who this guy is. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm super stoked to build this guy. I got a nice little home ready for him on top of one of my Gundam Wing Deltas. I was kind of thinking maybe I might do the RX-78 first, but being that I'm a 90s kid, it's only right that I go ahead and pay respect to what I grew up on. I know everybody loves the Granddaddy Gundam and everything, but let's face it, I'm a 90s kid. I grew up on Gundam Wing, as I'm sure a lot of you did. So I'm gonna do this one before I do the RX-78 probably. And I've got a nice little section waiting for him up on top of one of my Gundam Wing Deltas. It should be fun. It's gonna be definitely a new experience for me, but hopefully my painting skills will definitely show off by the point that I'm ready to tackle this challenge. So stick around for that video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this short little unboxing of the Perfect Grade Wing Zero Custom, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Reaching for a distant star. Don't stop now. Isn't it strange how we're safe and home? Today the counting days until the second call. If you're gonna break those shades, you have to let me know. Turn it around, start it up beyond. It's all you need to do.